Is it a freight brokerage or do you guys have actual trucks, Aaron?
We have a truck, and then
So
they're
Thursday,
going to look at a trailer
and my
today.
physical
Oh, okay.
therapist is at
There you
1.
go.
But if you want to go to the ER,
We actually took the dually camping this weekend. It was pretty nice because we bought the camp or the tent that goes in the back.
I
I
like it.
love that.
Means to an end. Max, why do you look like you're about to join a movie set? He is just
Hey,
too handsome
gotta,
today. Look at him.
you gotta show up for what you're doing, man.
What do they
Gotta
say?
look good.
Dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
Yep.
That's why I always look like I'm retired.
I love that. You're just missing a margarita, man.
Hey, you know what? It's not my thing. I don't drink. Just
There you go. I don't either.
not my thing. Not my thing.
I just encourage others to drink.
You know what? I'm all about it. I am a shenanigator. I am someone who creates shenanigans. So, but for today, I want to be someone that fosters growth and development. So let's hear your wins, your celebrations, the things you're just dang proud of.
I
And
I
if
opened
got my
escrow
first
with
listing
my partner.
appointment. I mean, my
oh,
first
crap,
listing.
love that. Everyone at once. Max.
I got my first listing.
Woo! Way to go,
Woohoo.
Max. 3.2.
Yeah. 3.2
5 million?
million.
Yeah, his first
Jeez.
listing, 3.2 million. Fabby, you're next.
Um, I I opened escrow on my buyer.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
My buyer's about they're ready to put in their order or
Their
their
order?
offer.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
wake up. I'm still trying to wake up.
No, put in their order. I'm like,
Okay.
I'd like to
Well,
buy.
you know, same thing. Yeah. Thanks.
If everyone could do me a favor this morning and send Christina Hurlbert a message in our group chat, just let her know you're thinking about her and we're staying with her. I'm not gonna tell you what's going on. It's private matter, but send her some good vibes. She needs them.
Will do. Love Christina.
All right. I see Eric's seat, but I don't see Eric. I always see Annie. I want to celebrate those I always see on camera. Kevin, Max, Annie, Dolan, Eric, Yuritsa, Aaron, always on camera. Love that. I love to see what you guys are doing in the morning because I get to see your faces. And one of my favorites and most animated is is Kevin, because Kevin's always nodding his head and putting his hands up because he's like, oh, these messages, these things they're resonating. So as an instructor, one of the best ways you can learn if someone's listening to you is by their non-verbal communication. So, any other wins before we jump into today's lesson?
My client shed a tear in the driveway because she was really happy.
No, because you
With going.
gave them such an easy transaction that should have gone so difficult, but because you're a badass, it was easy.
It was easy.
I love that
Yeah.
for you, Abby. Love that.
Thank you.
I am super proud of you too, because I know how big that paycheck was, and you've earned every bit of it.
We're going to Cabo. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
For her, Cabo is the grocery store around the corner to get one.
No. I'm not going to Cabo.
Hear you what?
So
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Why?
I hear Cynthia and her mom.
I'm
It's
sorry.
one of my favorite. Your mom is my favorite.
Sorry about that. I thought it was on mute.
No, it's okay. We need to get Cynthia's mom on here. She is just fantastic. Okay. Any other situations, topics, or objections you guys want to work on today? I want to talk a little bit about something else, but I want to leave this open for you guys to have your space.
I had something really quick. So
Yeah.
I have a listing on the south side, and I had a gentleman that reached out to me while I was camping, and I, hit him up first thing Monday morning because we got back kind of late Sunday, and I had no cell phone signal. So he was really cool, and he wanted to go see the property, and he was pretty flexible with he could only see it after 4:30 p.m. Well, he doesn't have an agent, so I gave him to somebody else on my team, one of the guys. And what struck me as funny is that as soon as I passed him off to my teammate, all of a sudden he went quiet. So I had one of my other teammates look up his information on Forewarn and come to find out he does have quite a little criminal record. So I don't know if I dodged a bullet or maybe he's legit. We'll find out Wednesday when he is supposed to meet my teammate. But has anybody else had something similar happen?
No one? Bueller?
How do you find that information on Forewarn? That's where you put in the phone number, right?
No.
No?
No,
It
I,
brings everything because like I said, I had my other teammate, she has Forewarn. And I don't usually, usually the people I deal with are Spear. I know the people I'm dealing with. This gentleman, I did not know him. So I just kind of got bad vibes when I did the warm, message to hand off my teammate to him and he never responded. It was crickets. And so I was like, that's weird.
Please trust your gut.
With me in the military, we always trust our gut. Like they teach us, they beat that into us. And so I was like, something's not right because with me, he was messaging me, he was talking to me. I talked to him on the phone. But then as soon as my teammate, who's a guy, got involved in the equation, all of a sudden crickets. So
yeah,
I reached out to my other teammate, she has Forewarn, and I was like, hey, could you just run this phone number and see what comes back? And she sent, a screen video to me. And it tells you everything. It tells you what vehicle they have, what properties they own, their criminal record. Like, I'm probably going to invest in it soon. But like I said, majority of the people I deal with are people that I know. And so
yeah.
this gentleman, I didn't know. I just got bad vibes right away. And yeah, he has quite a,
I would, I would say absolutely trust your gut. I mean, I removed my face from my like my list, my signs because I was getting really random weird calls all the time. So I am very like on edge with any of those things, and if I get a weird vibe like that, I honestly don't even call them back.
because he was really nice on the phone, but it was just funny. Once I got my teammate involved, crickets. And then
Yeah.
once I seen his criminal record, he has assault on there. He has
No.
I guess, in the scene of an accident. Like he has probably I think he has 10 things on his record.
And that was through the Forewarn, right? So Arizona Association of Realtors, I believe, pays for Forewarn for you.
They do.
Yeah.
I use
think
it all
might
the
even-
time.
Might even be in California also.
How do you access Forewarn? I keep
Yeah,
going there and I can't get in.
Forewarn.com?
It's also an app.
Is it the number 4 or just F-O?
No, FOREWAN.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I've been rolling the dice this whole time, Dan.
I used to have it at my old brokerage, but my old brokerage paid for it.
yeah, so put in the phone number, it comes up with all the records associated with that. My wife is super unhappy about this one popping up. But so
I had a similar situation, Aaron. I always do check Forewarn. It was a paid lead that came in. He had somewhat of a questionable history, and I kind of went against better judgment. I didn't feel like I was in any kind of danger or anything, but he ended up just being a huge waste of my time.
well, does that go with gut instincts, right? When someone's giving you some red flags, listen to them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
should have done that in hindsight.
And it's always hindsight. We have to train ourselves to be vigilant because no matter how big and scary you are, Fabby, these tough girl crime beater. No, it's people will take advantage. We've had a lot of incidences in this business where people have got taken advantage of. So be safe. So let's pivot our conversation today. I'm not going to talk about tonality and nonverbal communication. I'm going to talk about safety and how can you protect yourself in this business, especially if you've never met someone before. Where's the-
19.
I'm a Springfield guy myself.
Conceal carry.
Yeah. You're more likely to shoot yourself with concealed carry than you are the other person, but it is a sense of security at some point.
Yeah.
But here are some really important things. Should you ever meet someone for the first time at a property?
No. I mean, unless
Well, I think it's different for girls than it is for guys, to be honest.
You would think that, Max, until you're in a position where you realize that crime doesn't gender discriminate, especially when people are crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if they have
but-
other people in waiting.
Yeah. I have been I myself at 6'3", 350 pounds with a lethal amount of training in my life, have been in situations where multiple people have been at a showing and you can tell they were not there for good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is how you control it. Do you walk in the house first?
Nope. Let
No.
them.
Never. Do you walk in the room first?
Nope.
Oh, never. If you've got change my thought. If you ever have to meet someone at a property and it's the first time having a first substantial in-person meeting and you don't know who they are, you haven't done the forewarn, you haven't done a video call or a Zoom call or something that gives you an idea who these people are, take someone with you. Every one of you is in a city around some other people, and every one of us will help you. Christina's even called me and says, hey, I've got a showing with a guy on my land listing. I'm going to send you my location. If you don't hear from me in an hour, come find me. And seriously, at 58 minutes, I was loading up. Loaded for bear, if you know what I'm talking about. And I was heading towards the location that she was last at. She called me just beyond the 1 hour mark. I'm fine. I didn't have cell signal. I'm sorry. It's okay. But it could be just as simple as that. Share your location. Tell someone where you're going to be, when you're going to be, and when to be expected back. Right? I got a showing at this house with this person at this time. If you don't hear back from me within 20 minutes, send the cavalry or the max.
I've done that before down here.
Yeah. And that's a part of staying safe, is communicating, right? Tell people where you're going to be. Does it have to be another agent? No, it could be your spouse. Right? I know Annie's husband's ready to fight. He tried to fight me. I'm only kidding. He didn't. But you could take people with you. I know Mikey's taken his wife a few times. She may look small, but she's hiding a knife somewhere, guaranteed.
I always take my oldest son with me.
Yeah, because people are less likely to do crazy shit when there's a witness. And it doesn't even have to be the other person's big scary man or a big scary woman or a tiny scary woman like my wife. She's feral as shit. It's all about having a second person. There was a lady that was harmed here at an open house, and it scared a lot of people from doing open houses. Like, how do you protect yourself in open houses? Well, get someone to do one with you. Don't do open houses where you feel uncomfortable or where you don't know how to get out of the house.
Leave the front door open.
Front door unlocked, then opened.
If you do a circle prospecting, you know what that neighborhood looks like.
You're absolutely correct, Miss Annie. If you do your job, it's almost like you know what to expect.
I've asked people to send me a copy of their driver's license and let them know it's just office protocol, safety protocol.
Doesn't even have, I think that's totally normal, Maura. I've done the same thing. Before I will have substantial effort with somebody, I need to know who they are.
Ah, okay.
And they've taught us not to get yourself locked in even with your car at an open house. So make sure you can just flee with your key.
Well, we need a heating thing. We need heat. A heating
Yeah.
pad.
Keep it muted. And tell Lorraine if she doesn't stop him to put her to work. And it wasn't Lorraine. No. Loretta. It was Loretta. Right? Try to remember Cynthia's mom's name. But like Mara, let's go back to that thought. Don't get yourself blocked in a driveway. What do you mean?
So you can just pull out. So I just make it a point now of not usually parking in the driveway and parking outward in the street so no one can just block you in. So you could flee out the back door if you got a really bad feeling and keep your keys on you.
I never park at the driveway.
Driveways are dangerous, right? Now, I don't want you guys to be scared like, oh my God, I'm going to be attacked. I want you to be vigilant, but be prepared. they talked about, there was a study done where they went and interviewed people in prison and, you know, profiled what kind of victims they were looking for. They said they were looking for people that were distracted, non-prepared, alone, and there were no witnesses.
Easy targets.
Yeah, easy targets. You can even say, hey, you're on the phone. Hey, I'll call you back in 10 minutes as soon as I'm done with a showing with John Appleseed, right? That way somebody knows the name of the person you're meeting. It puts them on notice. And if you get a bad feeling, listen to it. Now let's talk about carrying weapons. You know, some people, myself included, believe in a Second Amendment right. And in doing so, make sure you are prepared, trained, ready, able, and vigilant. More GSWs happen because of ill use of the weapon than they do intended use of a weapon.
Truth.
The same thing also happens with mace. I know it seems like it's a non-lethal alternative to and a deterrent, but you know, most people that spray mace also get maced.
Yeah, I was gonna say I learned in self-defense training that they end up macing themselves, and then also even like what are they called? Tasers. When it's not effective, if you miss your target or you're not successful with tasers, I mean, you have to be bodily close to somebody to use a taser. And then if it doesn't work or you get overpowered, then there goes your safety. There goes your only plan.
Yeah. So I think the best method of protection here is being prepared. Meet them at a public place first, or a Zoom where you can get to know them and have a consultation. Have a conversation, ask good questions, get to know who they are. I love Mara's idea of get a copy of their driver's license, because you want to know who you're dealing with, right? It's super important to know who's going to be in a house with you, and then tell someone about it. Don't be a secret agent. Don't think, well, I'm bothering somebody by letting them know, hey, I got a showing at this house at this time with this person. Holly has told me multiple times she's out showing houses today. She'll be at Open Doors, some of the houses she's looking at. I'm sure she's told her partner the same thing. There is no reason. Hasn't David been on a couple with you?
After I did a open house down in Star Valley, there had been a guy that had been he ended up hardly speaking any English. But I'm outside a lot at my open houses when it's dead. I'm out in the front, you know what I mean? I'm not just sitting in the house. And I had seen this guy drive by a couple times and, see me there by myself. Anyway, and then sure enough, I had just started doing that neighbor interview and it was inside the home. Well, here he comes walking through the door. And we're like, can we help you? And he kind of was just staring at like us and then ended up being like, oh, I thought estate sale. And then turned around and left.
Mm-hmm.
And so ever since then, David is on notice, everything that I'm doing. And then that creepy guy that, really wanted to go on an investment property with me when I was picking up my signs. So yeah, David's always on notice. He always knows what I'm doing, and if I feel uncomfortable, I can call him and he'll stay silent and I'll just have him on the phone.
All right. Any other thoughts, comments, questions about safety? To recap, let them walk in the room first. You always are between them and the door. Don't let them become between you and the door. Same thing with the driveway. Don't let your vehicle be between the house and their car. Always let your vehicle be out on its own, easy to access, easy to get away. Yeah, I know it's convenient to park in the driveway, but you got to look at, if I have to leave in a hurry, can they block me in? And if you have to get out and you have to use your vehicle to push another vehicle, just remember, bumpers can be replaced. But always be prepared. Take the time to meet them first before ever going to a house, to ask questions, get their information, and let people know where you're at, what you're doing, when you're going to be back. Every one of us have someone in our lives that look out for us and that we look out for also, that love us, wants to see us healthy. So let's stay healthy for them. Safety is everybody's priority. Don't put yourself in a bad position. Sound good? Easy enough. Be safe. Be easy. Listen to your gut. If you don't have access to Forewarn, check into it. It's a really good resource to kind of get a gauge of who you're dealing with. I will throw a caveat out there. People have pasts. Doesn't mean who they are today. Eric's like,
yeah.
All right. Anything else? Bueller?
How does Open Door Properties work the same as like just a regular brokerage?
In what way?
As in, if my clients were to wanted to put an offer in on an Open Door property, would it be the same process? Is there anything like different about it?
Yep, you've got to use their documents that are uploaded in the MLS. You have to use their title company, and they dictate a lot of the process because they feel like they can control and own it because they own the house.
Gotcha. Okay.
Other than that, all of you that ever deal with Open Door, remember, it's non-emotional, it's all factual, it's 100% ledger and balance sheet. They don't care about your buyer, they don't care about anything. They care about the profit they make at the end of it.
Well, I think we're going to go, instead of that one today, we're going back to steak and lobster dinner on Stonewood.
Gross. Gross. That's kind of funny. Holly was told by a listing agent that the seller has advised that the buyer's agent should take the listing agent out for a steak and lobster dinner. Well, nope.
In my experience with Open Door too, they won't usually in the bins or fix anything unless it's out and out broken. So maybe keep that in mind in your purchase offer if you go that way.
I think we have enough options. It checks some of their boxes, but I think hopefully we're going to stay more interested in some of the other things. And like I said, we're going to go to this other one that they're looking at. It's just that one's seller's teeth is a little bit creepy. I have to order him a strippergram or something.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I wouldn't. He's so gross.
So, all right. Well, we don't have enough time to talk about what I want to talk about today, but I think it's a good idea for us to have a conversation around tonality and word choice. Tell me if this statement's true or false. Most of communication is not what is said, but how it's said. True or false?
True. It's the delivery.
True. So if we're not looking at the words, what are we looking at?
Body language.
Body
language, cadence,
Tone of voice.
right out. What else? Okay. Now let me ask you, do you get body language, tone, cadence, delivery through a text message?
No.
No.
It's assumption at that point.
Okay, so can you quickly and irrevocably, I can never say that, irrevocably
Yep.
damage communication through a text message?
Absolutely.
And never have the intent to do so?
Yep.
So if you're going to have serious, impactful conversations, where's the best place to have them?
In person.
Or on a phone call.
To face.
Face to face.
I say face to face because it could be like this too, face to face. Like right now, we can all see that Max is not enjoying this call at all because he's just laid back with his head cocked sideways, just looking forward, like, oh, is it over yet? Or he's taking a long drive and he's just over that too. But body language, tonality, huge in communication. So be careful how you're communicating because you may communicate a message you have no intention communicating because of the non-verbal cues. The head nods, the shrugs, right? Now, I'm a big guy. This is comfortable for me because my arms literally lock in place and I don't have to hold up these meat hens anymore. My arm weighs as much as Yuritsa does. Like it's big. It's a big arm. I don't want to hold it up all the time.
The belly holds it for you.
It could also look like I'm not engaged. I'm closed off. So this came because yesterday I had a conversation with a broker that he came at me like a bull seeing red on the very first time I've ever talked to him. And I was like, dude, I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm not your enemy. And then he like kind of stumbled on his words a little bit and said, you know, I'm sorry, I was just frustrated and I took it out on you. I was like, yeah, I know. I can tell. And had I not been a little bit more keen to the tonality, didn't match the words he was using, I was like, man, why are you so upset at me? I didn't do nothing. We just started talking. Someone who's maybe not as keen to understand nonverbal cues might have taken that as a defensive and become hostile in conversation. I could tell you that I've been in situations where people just came at me and I did not respond as a well-balanced man. I responded like a juvenile. You guys can imagine me backed into a corner. It's not exactly a good idea. And it doesn't get anything done. So before we react to it, let's ask questions and find out why they're aiming certain things or why certain things are happening. And don't be afraid to call them out. But I'm sorry, is right now the good time for us to have this conversation? Reframe it. And please be careful about delivering important stuff that could be assumed otherwise in a text. You guys have all seen the Key and Peele skit where they're doing the text back and forth and, you know, the loss in translation from text messages. If you haven't, Google it. Key and Peele texts. That's all you have to put. It's on YouTube. It's pretty fantastic. So let's leave our critical communication to face-to-face as best you can. But also review your text messages and your emails to make sure that they're not coming off as aggressive. If you send something in all caps, what is that?
Aggressive.
Yelling.
Yelling. That's yelling.
Screaming. Screaming.
Right? If you send somebody a single letter, you guys know what letter I'm talking about?
Okay. Being petty or dismissive.
K. I have a client right now that uses K as like a normal sign off instead of okay or yeah, I got it or thanks. And I'm all, what the fuck did I do? But it's just how they communicate. And I even called her on it. I was like, hey, Jean, just so you know, when I see the letter K, just like most people, it's seen as dismissive and that you're upset with me. Oh, honey, no, not at all. I'm so sorry.
Mine is a thumbs up, Dan. I hate that shit.
Yeah, but these are things. These are things that other people, like I send a thumbs up on I have a contractor working on one of my houses. And yesterday he sent me a thumbs up as acknowledgement of the statement I made. Okay, but some people will see that as a, yeah, buddy. I don't see it as dismissive. I just see it as reactive. Like, okay, cool. We got it. Understood. So just because that's the way you take it doesn't mean that's the reason that's not the way they sent it. My brain is not braining very well today. So question it, ask questions, make sure you're on the same page of stuff. Sound good? So be safe, be smart, and be cognizant of how you're delivering your messages. I don't want you guys to get in trouble. I definitely don't want you guys to get in a dangerous situation. So we'll continue on. You guys go do something fantastic today, like, I don't know, sell a house. Until then,